I'm gonna count us down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait. We ain't pray.
Yes.
Run it.
As we bow our heads today on our second year of Hits, Cuts, and Bruises, we want to give all the thanks to God Almighty to look over us and give us all the inspiration and prayer to keep on passing the word to the world with our platform and keep reaching as many people as possible and keep our motivation going and protect us through everything that we have to. Even though we know the masses don't want this to happen, we're going to break the doors of the masses and keep going. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Now we count it down. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, how you doing? This is a segment of Hits, Cuts, and Bruises, and this is Cuts of Hits, Cuts, and Bruises, and this is
Bruises of Hits, Cuts, and Bruises.
And today we want to have a culture conversation about it takes one to be one. And that roughly explains on there are 4 types of people in the world, and there may be even more, but I'm going to break it down. We're going to break it down in a nutshell on the 4 types of people in the world. And our own conceptions from Hits, Cuts, and Bruises, our 4 types are movers and shakers and givers and takers. Anybody familiar with that?
Hey, the movers and shakers, I'm a fan of them.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that make the world go round.
Absolutely.
Now, of course, let's go and introduce ourselves. For those of you who have not joined us before, we want to welcome you to Hits, Cuts, and Bruises, your culture conversation that is here for you. That's right. So, those topics that we're talking about, we try to keep it real.
That's right. We actually trying to be as far as transparent as possible as far as talking about real deal life stuff, and it's mostly triggered to our very own. It don't really matter the color, but at the same time, we actually try to keep our communities and our race or whatever up to par if we can.
Unapologetically black.
Unapologetically.
Because I'm as chocolate as it can get.
And while we do that is we're gonna give you something that we figure that nobody's doing. We're not really based on current events or nothing like that. We just real through life and cut raw. Current events, you can go on your national telecast for that. We're not gonna do that.
No. And plus, when you talk about current events, they expire really fast.
Absolutely.
We're in the internet world, and as fast as things change, that's something that, you can't control that at all.
Mm-hmm. So today what we want to do, we want to kind of like, we want to be transparent. We actually want to kind of be creative as well. And we want to show y'all our actual range of this podcast thing. And we're more than just a podcast. We want to really proclaim that we're actually a show. That's right. People's show.
That's right.
And we're missing one person, DJ T-Moe. He's the hits, and he's one of the busiest DJs in this side of the Mississippi. And if one thing about it is his blessings, as always, we got to get that word out no matter what. So our whole thing as a company is we can get it out no matter who. We stand behind our word, regardless.
Absolutely.
This and that. So today is about movers and shakers, givers and takers, and that's basically saying, which one we all are have a part of movers and shakers and givers and takers. It takes one to know one. That's the name of this whole telecast today. Movers and shakers, givers and takers. It takes one to know one. I have unfortunately had the opportunity to be all four. So that's why mainly I'm the cuts, because I'm going to give it to you blood raw, and I'm going to give you my cuts of life. And that's the bruises. He's going to dissect it as well. So what do you think about today? The first one is going to be movers.
So like I said earlier, the movers are the one that make the worlds go round. No matter what. You have to have a team. And I believe that, the saying is, behind every great man, there's a great woman.
Absolutely.
Now, I hope that scenario and that situation is your partners and they're not someone behind you. But that is never a true statement.
Right.
So, traditionally, it's the man is the head of the household. But as I used to always hear, but I control that neck. That's what I always used to hear.
That's right. You can be the head all you want, but if you don't have a neck, you can't move.
Ain't nothing you can do about that at all. And when you have those situations, I don't care who it is. If we talking about somebody that's on the upper echelon of finance, they have a team behind them, because there's no way you can be super successful without having a team. I don't care what industry you're in, you have to have a team.
So it's about standing in your lane, everybody controlling their lane.
Absolutely.
Right. And to piggyback off Bruises is being a mover, you're going to make things happen. A mover makes things happen, despite the obstacles they may go through or whatever. They just so happen to just make it happen. And you don't become a mover by choice. You don't come a mover. Some people come movers by hereditary, maybe. But it comes from, being all these things that you just end up being a go-getter and tired of failure. And one thing about failure is it's a lesson behind all failure. And I think being a mover is one of the top things of all. You know what I'm saying? You make things happen.
You're not afraid to take risk.
Right. And now we're going to go on the hindsight. We say there are movers and shakers.
Yes.
Shakers are people that actually just get to the actual finish line and they sprain their ankle. Or get to a tree. Instead of climbing up the tree, I'm going to stay on the bottom and shake the bark and hope that the apple falls down. These are the shortcut people. These are the people that's really tiptoeing around. They always be on the verge of success, but they always come short. And that's a shaker. We all know shakers in the world. I mean, these are the people on the path of being a mover, but they come short every time. They don't have confidence.
Would you say a dope dealer is a shaker?
A successful dope dealer is a mover. A dope dealer shaker is a person that's in and out of jail.
Yeah. They always get caught.
Shaker.
They always get caught.
And one day you should be like, hey, that ain't my thing. It ain't popping. I got more charges than I do money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a shaker. You know what I'm saying?
A scammer is a shaker.
Yeah, definitely.
The scammers, to me, I get it.
Quick. It's a quick fix.
Quick. You trying to get as much as you possibly can in the smallest amount of time. And hey, God bless y'all scammers, man, because y'all are resilient.
Yeah.
Think about how many phone calls you get every day from somebody that's trying to scam.
Yeah.
Every single day you get the unknown caller, scam likely.
Yeah.
You get all these individuals.
Yeah,
and now they're doing, y'all be careful with this one too, because they real successful at it.
The AI thing?
No, not the AI thing. This is something new. What they're doing now is it's just a random text message. And it'll be things like, did you leave your keys at my house?
Yeah.
And you're like, so that's gonna make you perk up. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, did I leave my keys?
Yeah.
You know, you start checking your pocket. It's like, but it's coming from an unknown number.
Right.
But that's the way they start. It's like, I think you got the wrong phone number.
Right.
But the fact that you answer back, that's how I start.
Yeah, and I think they mostly just be targeting old people because when you're at a certain age, you go to panicking about stuff. You're probably just as you're caring for yourself, and any little issue, you're going to panic. Can you give me your social security number, moms? Yeah, I got it. Hold on, give me a minute. And they target when it hit. But that's what makes you a shaker.
So I watched an episode of John Oliver. John Oliver comes on HBO, but also you can watch it on YouTube. That's where I saw it. It was all ages. This girl spent $300,000 on an investment because that's how it starts. It starts with an innocent conversation, so you think, and they don't immediately hit you up for money because they already know that they're scamming and you're going to figure it out real fast.
They in for the long haul.
Of course.
Yeah.
So they don't strike until months later.
Yeah. Makes you feel comfortable.
Oh, yeah. They say, hey, I just made all this money. This be like 3 months later. And they show you. They show you the receipts. They show you everything that they did. And it's like, hey, you control it. I don't want none of your money. You control it. So you thinking that it's legit because you're talking to this now person that's befriended you after all these months off a wrong number. And then, of course, you know, they still not asking for your money, but you do an investment into a fake cryptocurrency. And when you go to get your money out, that's where they get you.
Wow.
That's where they get you.
They shaking. They shaking. Hey,
but they got time.
But these days and times we have to like protect us. I think it's all about just protecting the good in you because sometimes the good in you is your conscience.
Yeah. And
we all have a little shaking in us a little bit because of the fact that we all want to break. We see all the heart-filled stories on who called a break or this and that, but it never showed you the struggle. It never showed you what made them deserve that break. They never showed you that they deserve it. You know what I mean? They never showed you the steps they went through to earn that break. You know what I mean? So sometimes we get caught up in the social media, whatever. We see so many inspirational. Somebody found a wallet with $10,000 in it. You know what that person went through to find that money? You know what I mean? They just so much of heartache in life. Sometimes you get a break, but not like that.
Well, it belonged to somebody.
Yeah, but
the wallet belonged to somebody.
The wallet.
The wallet.
The cash is all game.
No.
Yeah.
My 18 years of finance, seeing people who have lost. I see the people on the other side. So I've always saw those individuals that the one that owns the wallet that lost the $10,000 in cash.
Yeah.
I see that side. So I used to see that side. So yeah, of course, like, oh, this is a blessing from God. Oh, I got blessed today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and this took care of my bills and all that stuff. The money came from somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I get
but
it.
That's not a blessing. What there is a test. And you failing that test by taking that money.
Deep. Now you're going. Life is deep.
It's a test.
It's a test to everything we do. You're right.
You know, God giveth and taketh. So you got to remember that part.
That's real.
That's the part that gonna come up and bite you in the ass every single time because you thought that you had a come up.
You fail again.
You failed. Absolutely failed. It belongs to somebody. Yeah. There's no way that you can sit there and say, well, the bank got it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good because the bank got it. No. That ain't the way it worked. And also, just right quick, anybody out there with a 561 area code, just know that scammers around the world recognize that area code as being very, very rich, very, very old, and very, very dumb. So those three combinations, That's why you keep getting those spam phone calls, because you have the 561 area code. So just know that it will never stop until our government, which we know they ain't gonna do shit about it, until they do something about it to stop those calls coming through. Anybody remember the do not call list? You remember that?
Yeah.
You signed up for it?
Mm-mm.
Well, I did, and that shit didn't work. So do not call list did not work. That was supposed to be a federal program that stopped all this stuff years ago, a long time ago. That ain't never happened. That never happened. So whoever was supposed to do that, maybe they forgot about it.
Sometimes when they do that, the big companies, government does something like that, they just want to see how many people are actually aware of what's going on. It's like a reverse thing. It's like it's a facade. We think we're signing up for it, but these are the people that's actually aware of what's going on.
Right.
It's like watching the A-Team. That's how I learned. That's where I learned what a diversion was.
Yeah.
Hannibal said, we're gonna set a diversion over here, and then we're gonna attack from this side. What the fuck? What does a diversion? That's what a diversion means. You know what I mean? And they get us every time. Yeah. So they hit us with a diversion, so don't get caught with a banana in the tailpipe.
They did the same thing with junk mail too.
Yeah.
Y'all remember junk mail was supposed to be gone?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's at an all-time high.
Yeah. The Postal Service makes the most money off of junk mail.
Yeah.
So that's why you'll never stop receiving it. It will always be there. It'll always come to you because there's no legalities behind it to say stop it.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you say, I don't want this. I don't need it. I'll need to get a key to the car at the dealership.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the whole keys come in the mail. Man, my grandma used to have a lot of them, boy. Yeah.
A key with no grooves in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How the hell they supposed to start a car?
Yeah.
Well, people fall for it, man.
Nobody never win.
There's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
Scammers.
Remember the Monopoly too?
Hell yeah. Scammers. There's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
At all.
All right. And we got it. And our next word is givers.
Yes.
Givers it's a lot more pragmatic than the actual word is. A giver is, in the way we're breaking it down today, as a giver is not more than, it's not just monetary situations. It's a person that gives their all.
Yes.
A giver is a person that don't know how to receive. A person that has all the advice for everybody but don't have it for themselves. A giver is a person that probably gives the most in their relationship but won't receive it from their spouse or the next person. You know, a giver is a person that's a friend to another person more than they are together. It never evens up on a Richter scale. A giver is a person that always outweigh everything. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why this is a very important part of this, because which one are you? Because there's a lot of givers in this world that are good-hearted people that they get mad at the world because that person didn't receive you how your heart really is. I think that people should be just like me, because I'm a giver. But I think the person that received it, he should or she should be able to receive it like I gave it. It's not the point. A person that gives just gives. Don't know how to receive. If they see a loose $50 on the ground, says thank you, just cash it in. Nah. Now if I gave it to you, yeah. You should take
$50.
Yeah. So that's my synopsis of the giver situation. What you think, Doc?
So being a giver, because I am, that's part of the whole thing where nice guys finish last. And it took me a long time to realize that. You know, like you got to cuss a motherfucker out every once and again and let them know that you ain't with that fuck shit, because you can give until it hurts. But like you were saying, you get kind of offended. It's like, wait a second, I gave this motherfucker this, I did this, I bought this, I did this.
You think it's in return.
Right. You think it's reciprocal. And it's not. It's not. You gotta protect your peace. Fellow givers. Perfect example. Starting in 2024, my New Year's resolution was to not let another motherfucker for the rest of my life borrow a goddamn dime. That was my New Year's resolution that is permanent. I will never, ever, ever, ever let another person borrow a single penny from me. Because you got to figure it out.
And to come back on that is where there's a giver, there's a taker.
Oh my God.
And what we see here about a taker is the same people that's giving, they have to give it to somebody.
Yes.
So the thing is, a taker is always receiving.
With no matter what the situation is.
A taker is always receiving. So it gets to the point that you know how that phrase the person says, count your blessings, and you are what you put in this world or whatever, this and that. And people wonder why their blessing scales are bad. Yeah. They don't give nothing.
Nothing.
They take. And at the point is what you put in this world is what you get back. If you're not putting anything in this world, you're not getting anything back. And that goes from hard work, dedication, anything you do. You have to give, and that's how you get blessings. And it's so many people that take. At one point in time in life, you should be able to reciprocate.
Of course.
But
so now I'm gonna give y'all a little page from Kenn's questions. Ladies, we got some gentlemen out there as well that experience this. When he just nut and roll over and go to sleep, that's a taker. He's gonna take no matter what the situation is. There is no, just that one time. Oh no, maybe he was thinking about it. Maybe he was tired that day. He's gonna continue to take as long as you give. Keep on giving it. Go ahead, keep on giving it. What he showed you that first go around is what is that's the reality. That's what it is. And can okay, I guess that's a good question. Can a taker be changed?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, and I'm gonna man up to all this. I was all of these things. And everything that you experience in life is a test from a higher power. So if you're not aware of that and accept all the things that come with it, you're never going to improve as a person. So therefore, I was all these things to the point that I consider myself as a mover now.
I like it.
Because I failed at taking, giving, and shaking all. So now I'm to the point that I think that being a mover is the superior of all this.
Absolutely.
And I think it comes with growth.
Yeah.
I think it comes with growth. Once you grow and become a certain thing, you be the creme de la creme of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, you and with growth it comes with experience too.
Yeah.
You gotta basically two of the things gonna make change behavior. Practice is one, because practice makes what? Perfect. Yeah. But even though we never reach perfection, because
there's only one being person.
That's it.
Perfect.
Then, not only that, practice, experience makes you change. What Mike Tyson say? Everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That's right. Absolutely. Paul, you're gonna see that soon, though. You gotta see that.
Everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Absolutely.
So these are things that come out of people's realities.
Right.
We've all seen that person that come into some money. We seen them. What's the first thing they do? go to the club, buy some bottles, have some fake friends for the weekend, or for however long that they have this substantial amount of money. Like I said, I was in finance for a long time.
You saw it, yeah.
Why does your girlfriend have to come with you to the bank to withdraw your money? Why? You know, this was stuff that I saw on my own. I was like, the fuck she doing here? Why? It's not her account. I got the nerve to ask. How much he got left in there? Yeah, go ahead and tell her. What? Idiot? She want to know how long the ride gonna be. You know? And that even back then, it didn't make sense to me. It made zero sense. But also, you know, it all kind of boils down to acceptance, love. It boils down to wanting to have people who are near you. You know, what Drake, the Drake song running into my head. Straight up to my face, you know, that's what he's saying. You know, they showing love to me, but they not nothing. This is just for the moment. And they trying their best to remain relevant in your life for as long as you got that money.
Right. And I also think that the movers and shakers and givers and takers, it amends with relationships and stuff like that as well. If you get in a situation that you're kind of like stuck, we always remember is it could be friends or whatever, or foes or whatever, opposites attract. And by you being a mover, you can actually be hooked up with a shaker, and that mover can make that shaker a better person.
Yeah.
So one thing we all gotta understand that the same of anything don't make anything better. You know what I mean? And one thing about opposites, man, is so much room for improvement and growth. You know what I mean? So these four type of people, you just sit there and ask yourself, just calm down, just woosah, digress from your long day or whatever after just watching this show, and just ask yourself, which one are you? And we all have dib and dabbed in one of the four. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it takes a true person to be able to accept the fact that you were one of them, or you're struggling with one of them, or you can be, because I think it's either you are or you're not. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm 10% this one and 10%. We're not doing ancestry or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's either you are or you aren't. You know what I mean? So check it out, man. And
I'm 1/8 Yugoslavian.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's real. And one thing I can actually say is us as with hits, cuts, and bruises, we are here to like break down different things in life that a regular show would not ever break down, because we all about enriching one another. The power of the tongue is amazing. If we on this few trading through the world, giving them our stuff or whatever, and trying to give you some bull. People don't remember what we said earlier. What you put in the world is what you get back.
You got that right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we can help how many abundantly that we can help, that's what we all about. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear no one or two. We want them all. You know what I'm saying? So which one are you? A mover, shaker, giver, taker? You know what I mean? Hey,
and own up to it.
That's right.
I think that's what happens a lot of times. It's like, especially the takers. The takers want to act like they're not that person.
They mad.
You know, it's like, what you mean?
They're going to get an attitude. They're going to leave the room. They're going to take their ball.
You had 14 cars in the past 2 years. You're obviously a taker.
Yeah.
You're obviously a taker, no matter what the scenario is.
3 repos.
It's like, oh, I just ain't like that car no more.
Yeah, man. Hey, fess up. You
Just-
know what I'm saying? Everything
just
we
own
go
up
through
to
is
it.
everything we go through in life is a lesson. Everything. And most of the time we fail. But it's okay long as you get back up and keep swinging. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to fail. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about your life is you're the author, director, the editor, everything in your life. And you can start over anytime you want, as long as you got air in your lungs. because it's a lot of people ain't here no more. And these last couple of years, a lot of people ain't here no more.
A lot.
You know what I mean? So as long as you wake up in the morning and able to try it again, man, hey, if it was about 3 strikes, we would be gone a long time ago.
Real fast.
Got more than 3 strikes. Air in your lungs.
Yeah.
Keep swinging.
When you able to open your eyes every morning, that's your opportunity to. You can be on a different team.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta stay
switch up.
You gotta stay scamming all your life.
Yeah.
You gotta stay taking all your life.
Yeah.
You know, you could be a mover, you could be a shaker. You know, because even though shakers kind of come across as somebody who takes shortcuts,
they could there.
Right. They could be the intent is there. And that's what helps. You know, if you want these individuals that's like, okay, I want to get to the bag or whatever it is, depending on how you want to do it.
And one thing we all have to realize that all these different statements and stature of people, they affiliated with one another one way or another. You're one move or another from being one.
Yes.
You're one successful situation from being there. You know what I mean? To be honest, this is really that deep. You know what I mean? Because I'm one bad investment from being a taker or a giver. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody says, if I win that lotto, what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if that man cuts my grass today, and then some rats come out that damn out my lawn, what I'm gonna do? I'm moving. So it's a situation. You always a situation away.
I want to talk about this lottery thing. Let's kind of, you know, because I talked about this on the episode of Kenn's Questions. But first, have a lottery plan.
Yeah, you have to, because it's gonna come quick. Things gonna come fast.
Have
boy.
A lottery plan. If you play the lotto and you want people spending $50 a week on lottery, you know, more likely not gonna win. But have a plan, because you need to know who your lawyer is gonna be. Are you gonna claim it in a LLC?
Why you need a lawyer?
You have this thing. These are all options. Depending on what state.
I mean, telling listeners, you dealt in the banking.
Yeah.
I want you to tell them why would they need a lawyer?
You need a lawyer to help structure your money. You need a lawyer to help protect yourself as an entity. That's why you need a lawyer. And it's different types of lawyers, you know. Also, you need a financial manager. You need a financial planner.
For stocks? Is it good for stocks or bonds or annuities?
So we have now gotten to the point where a person isn't always necessary when it comes to money. You can open an account online without ever talking to somebody. That's the type of the internet has changed all of that.
Yeah.
You know, I do investments by an app. I use Acorns.
Okay.
You know, don't use Robinhood, y'all. Robinhood shitted on y'all when it's time for y'all to get y'all money out for GameStop. So never forget that. AMC and GameStop, Robinhood shut your shit down. So do not use them. That's straight up coming from me. That's my opinion. But don't use a platform like that wouldn't allow you to get your money. And yes, I know people that work there. Nothing against y'all, but that was some bullshit. But you have to be prepared. As much as you prepare to get your money ready to go and buy that ticket, is how prepared you need to be to win. You know? Do not stay where you at. No matter what. That's just my 2 cents. You hit them numbers, move.
Right.
The first thing you do is move. Your life has changed. You cannot help every cousin, every new sister, brother, auntie, cousin that's going to come to you.
Cousin Pete. He's going to come.
You cannot help these people because you won the lottery. Always remember that. You won the lottery.
No longer on Facebook anymore.
Ain't no we won the lottery. It's I won the lottery. Remember that. Be selfish. Take care of your immediate family. Maybe your mama, your daddy, big mama, but everybody else got to fall to the side. You can only go straight up.
So with everything we talked about, movers, shakers, givers, and takers,
yes,
who would be the first? Who would be the best out of all these to handle a lotto ticket?
Oh,
a winning lotto ticket.
A winning lotto ticket is going to be surprisingly, it's going to be a taker. Think about it. A taker, you'd be like, man, it's fucked up. How a taker get a lottery winner?
Yeah, they mostly be. Yeah.
The taker so used to receiver, you're not gonna spend up all their shit. They're gonna spend some of it. They're gonna spend up all their shit because they used to the money coming towards them. The giver gonna give all that shit away. They're gonna be broke in 2 years, which is the average amount of time for a lottery winner to actually have no money. It's 2 years on average. So they gave all that shit away.
So the mover be the one that really invested correctly.
Yeah, but
make it right.
The mover already got money.
Right. So he wouldn't win.
No, this is a chance. Mover still play the lottery.
Yeah.
But the one that would be the most out of all 4 categories is the taker, actually. Mm-hmm. The scammer going he the one gonna listen to Cousin Pete.
Yeah. Because Pete gonna get him out of all this shit. Boy, the
scammer hang with scammers.
Yeah.
So he gonna try to
shortcut.
Yeah, he gonna try to make the money. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Hey man, I got this idea. I'm gonna make some shoelaces.
Yeah.
All I need is $40,000 for some shoelaces, man. Yeah. And we got it, man. I'm gonna triple your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mark Cuban gonna be at him.
Gonna be right there.
Yeah.
Gonna be right there, knocking on the door. Do. Yeah. But surprisingly, a taker would do the best out of all 4 of those categories with some lottery money.
Okay.
It's sad to say, but yeah it's gonna be a taker.
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I can say is with all these things, if we input certain things in our life, we should be able to manage better.
Of course.
Because we all are guilty of being at least one of these things.
At one time.
Be like me. Be like me. Shoot, I was one of them at one time in my life. I ain't gonna tell you how old I am, but I had an opportunity.
He's very young.
I had an opportunity.
He's just a baby.
I had an opportunity to dib and dab in some or all of it. And what as far as growth wise, you don't stay the same. You don't stay stagnant. Mm-hmm. If you are, you got to really jump into this and to get a personal reality check and see. And at the same time, you gotta kind of you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself.
You got that right.
Because that's still prominent today, 2024. And
shout out to DOS Effects.
Yeah. Some people don't even want to know about it. They want to flex. Yeah. But definitely. But we one thing I can say, like a shaker, I was really just thinking on shakers. Shakers are the person that we probably actually went to school with. And he was smart as a whip. I know some, and they dropped out of school.
Yeah.
And you look at them now, we all been out of school 20 plus, 30 years or whatever.
You?
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
And they're doing better than most. Because when you have a vision, you have a plan, that's the type of person you are. Mm-hmm. You're not taking the average plan that everybody else is doing. You're not taking it. You're going out on a limb. Most of them people go out on faith. One thing about going on faith, you will be rewarded.
You got that right.
You will be rewarded. So, like I say, every one of these, you are a second away from being the other. You know what I'm saying? Which one are you?
I know, like you referred to growing up and being a smart individual. The part that's never talked about, and I was that individual. I was super smart, straight A's, all this good stuff. I was clean cut guy.
Straight A's. I don't know what. I only know how to forge straight A's. I can make a B look like an A+ real quick. The only ones I couldn't make look like unless it was a lowercase grade. A C is all lowercase stuff. But go ahead.
what ends up happening is there's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I saw my son dealing with those same type of pressures. You don't have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, you know, make those straight A's, and you don't have to be, you know, top of the list. You don't have to be. You know, it got to the point where my son up at FSU, and I'm like, hey man, C's get degrees.
Yeah.
You know, I had to tell him that because that
relieved a lot of stress.
That pressure that and it's self-induced. This ain't something that came from me or his mama.
Mm-hmm.
That came from himself wanting to be the best. That was that drive that was inside him. That he's like, hey man, I don't care what the situation is, I gotta be number one.
But you know what? Some of that comes from the stories that we install in our kids, because here is a guy that was a straight A student. I be damned, I didn't lie to my kids about the grades. I told them, I said, C means see you later. C means the difference between an A doctor and a C doctor is nothing.
But
C means but my kids were one into their defense. We did not allow them. They didn't bring them, because I told them one thing about my children is I told them what I did straight up, and they wanted to be better, and they were better in all facets, you know. And your kid, you put that stress on your kid, and you had to bring him back.
Yeah,
he knew you made all A's because you told him.
No. Nah, I also told him that when I went to FAM, all that was out the door.
Yeah,
because I crumbled to the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
My FAMU days were not my best days. I love the school. I love the opportunity I had, but it was a challenge for me.
Mm-hmm.
I went through all of this school, 12 years of school, without a challenge. Now all of a sudden I got a challenge.
You went to Gardens though, bro.
Yeah, but still.
That ain't challenging. The only thing they got snapping there is fucking snapping turtles and gators. the Wires school, we had performance-based program. And that's a program that if you're not on the verge of getting your diploma, we got it on the computers class, stream and stuff. All you got to do is show up less than time than the average student. You're going to get your, but there's no here, no there. Look, computers run the world now. Ha!
They do.
Aha!
Now.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew what was coming.
Y'all saw it, huh?
Yeah.
But that program helped out a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of people.
They wouldn't have usually gotten.
No, they wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah, it would have been GED down.
Yeah, man.
And also, you know, there's nothing wrong with a GED.
Nah,
you know,
it's equivalent.
It's an equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare you're gonna probably go to a job and they're gonna say, "Oh, you graduated with a GED." So sorry, we're gonna have to get somebody else. You know, that's not something that
I remember people was paying for them too. It's crazy.
Well, the nursing school.
Oh yeah, they went.
Oh
nuts,
my God. Oh boy, they was buying degrees left and right, round up messing up people in the hospital.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a situation.
No,
unless I knew what I was doing.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Like that's bold though.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it was what they were charging like $2,000.
Yeah.
To just buy a degree.
No.
Like wow.
But what I do know,
scammers.
Yeah. Takers.
No, those were definitely those were shakers.
Yeah.
Because they had the wherewithal to enter into school. They because a scammer not gonna enter school. Mm-hmm. A scammer gonna be calling the school trying to get everybody's social security number so they can apply for credit. But these people,
you seen that, bro?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
What institute you went to?
I went to Florida A&M University.
Okay.
Yes. On the highest of 7 hills. Y'all know what's up. Yeah. We're gonna strike again on the motherfuckers. We the only school that got a cuss word in our fight song.
Nah.
Fam you. God damn you. All right. Yeah, you know about that.
It took some hell of a thought to get a fight song like that. That person should be up for a Pulitzer Prize.
That's our fight song, man. And of course, President Humphreys. I couldn't believe that man was a president.
Yeah. He
Because
was, he was like a student.
he stayed drunk. Boy. That junk was great. We couldn't wait for him to get on that
But
microphone.
you know what though? Guys like yourself came in there in the institute as a, so to speak, nerd.
Yeah.
You need those real life experiences and stuff like that. It's balance. I went to a school in Charlotte, North Carolina, Concord, North Carolina, by the name of Barber Scotia College. We are the sister school of Bethune-Cookman and John C. Smith. And the thing is, with that school, it taught me so much. I mean, you don't know, people holler HBCU now, but I'm a product of a HBCU, and boy, listen, you learn different survival skills that not even your neighborhood could teach you. It was crazy, man. I mean, survival skills. And every one thing, mind you, every black school is mostly, like you said, on a hill, on the top of a hill, and then down underneath the hill is a neighborhood in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And we actually was on the top of a hill, and beneath us was a neighborhood called the Bottoms. If you get caught down there, boy, you really got some balls. You got some balls, and you doing some things, boy.
Was it worse than Tamara?
No.
Okay.
But when you're not from there,
it's a different story.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a different one. Who you going to see?
Yeah. I mean, but it was.
Just go home.
Hey, man. But you know, one thing about it is, you only can come up with these different things and admit to them, the movers and shakers and givers and takers, with just life experience and just growth. You know what I mean? Because if you're a person that becoming stagnant or whatever it is, you have to understand is whatever you put in this world is what you're going to get out. And the thing is, if you're that type of person that expects somebody to sweep you off your feet and save the day, it's nothing due to you without work. You know what I mean? And like one of my coaching days is one thing that I used to state to the kids is the more that you do when the coach is not around and nobody's looking, the better you will be when the lights turn on and the coaches are looking. Take that into life as well.
So I guess, it kind of reflects and kind of lends to
with me in the gym.
Like exactly. Coach. That's exactly
same thing.
So we'll talk about that earlier. And if you haven't heard the letter that Allen Iverson wrote to Kobe, definitely look that up. It's beautiful. I'm not a Kobe fan, but that's just me. But when he said, "Hey man, I went to LA and I was ready to party," he's like, "Kobe, where we going, man?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna go to the gym." He was like, "What?
Work on his craft.
Why you going to the gym, man? You was in the gym all day." Yeah, going back to the gym. So that type of work ethic,
just like life. That's life.
It is life. What you get out of it is what you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
That goes when that's anything that you're committed to. That means business, anything that you committed to, business, relationships, investments, school, work, anything, man. It's like you gotta. If you want to see dividends, if you want to see success, man, you got to go in. You got to go hard. You got to be locked in. And a lot of things I love to see young people that get it. A lot of things you don't get until you're an old age because of you with a lot of different failures and a lot of different tests. Or whatever, but I love to see young people that have it already. You know what I mean? And that's good. Big up to young people that really have it. Stay locked in. Stay focused. Stay focused.
I always talk about this next generation that's coming behind us.
Strong.
I'm telling y'all, All y'all old ass motherfuckers that's in politics, all y'all old motherfuckers that be talking about don't walk on my grass, all y'all are leaving. You know, you're dying off. You won't be here long. These young ones that's coming up will punch you in the mouth. This the first generation that had to go to school with bulletproof backpacks. They used to having lockdown drills. We ain't go through none of that shit. None of it. We didn't. These kids, unfortunately, by force, are tougher than anybody that went to Vietnam, tougher than anybody that fought in World War II, World War One. These kids are tougher because they started earlier. No disrespect to any of our veterans at all. But think about that. These kids experiencing what you experienced at 18 at 5. They're training for war because they scared somebody will come in their goddamn school with a fucking gun. That is horrible. And we still sit back with our fucking head in the sky like this is the greatest country in the world. It's not. We really got to realize that we sacrificing our kids. And it's not fair. You've lived your life. I'm 50. I've lived it's a lot.
Damn.
It's a lot.
Half of 100?
Half of 100. I'm trying. Let me get that 100. Let me get that 100.
Hundo.
Okay.
Yeah, you gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it. But y'all have to.
Gonna be begging to leave here though. Lord, please.
No,
I'm 79.
No.
I'm ready to get old.
I'm good. No, I'm not gonna beg.
This
I'm just
is not
every day
heaven on earth.
gonna every day gonna be a blessing for me. I'm gonna have it's me. I'm gonna have a nice nurse.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a nice nurse.
I believe it.
But you know, those are things that and conversations we should have never thought about having with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. That phone call or that text that you receive from that school, when that motherfucker says they're on lockdown, when I tell you the biggest panic ever in life is when you get that text message or phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do, you immediately go up to the school. I don't know if you went through it, but I had to go through it several times. And it's nerve-wracking because you don't know what's wrong with your baby. And you can't get on campus. And it's everybody trying to do the exact same thing you doing. Traffic, lockdown, and all this. You just don't know. It's the fear of the unknown. And, you know, it's like, that's not normal, y'all. For real, that's not normal. I'm a gun owner. I believe in guns. I believe you need to be able to protect yourself. But damn, you know, they killing our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking mass shooting every day. And we think that's okay. You think it's a norm. It's like, oh okay. Well,
it's a shame that we're numb.
Yeah, we shrug our shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to blame video games.
Mm-hmm.
How can you blame video games when the shit happened for real? You can't blame no goddamn video game. This is our norm. This is what we deal with every day. You're just, okay. I guess it's just part of life. It's not.
Another one fights the dust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? What else got to happen for somebody to realize that this is fucked up?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be kids.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the kids was gonna be the absolute game changer. Sandy Hook happened. I was like, man, there is no way that gun laws are not gonna be passed after Sandy Hook happened.
And they just turned up.
Yeah. Get your bazooka.
We have to do. We have to find out what it's going to take to, like with the National Rifles Association,
yeah,
and Big Medicine.
Yeah,
those are two entities that, man, it's about money, and they ain't holding no punches. They ain't holding back. This is what it is. You trying to tell me you got babies young that was with their future cut short because of guns in the wrong hand. Somebody got a gun off the internet sent to them and shoot up a school. What motive? And the mom and the parents knew about it. You trying to tell me it's something? You know what I mean? It's something in the society. Remember what we said earlier. You are what you put in this world. And if you a parent just feeding your children like it's okay with that bullshit, what you think they're gonna do when they get a chance to be make their own decisions?
Yeah.
What you think to do? You think as a child, your understanding is as a child. You know what I mean? Especially when your job is to govern your kids, is to see if your kids don't have a conscience because of you as a parent. You're supposed to build a conscience. Spoil a kid, spare the rod.
Yeah.
Whoop their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of that in the society today. I think those parents should be locked up as well.
Yeah, I know the mom of that boy up in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I know they convicted the mom. I don't know if they convicted the dad.
Yeah.
But something that needs to go along with that. This I'm just to throw this in there right quick. If you call the police on black people just doing regular ass shit, you need to go to fucking jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they find out that you was calling on some bullshit, that need to be a law. For real. You know, every day the shit come across my damn feed where I'm watching somebody getting the police calling them for existing.
Yeah.
I watched one today. This dude was in his backyard and she called the fucking police on him for being his backyard.
Yeah. And what I learned from that comes from back in the days of slavery or whatever.
Yeah.
Because if you ever get a chance, Google the reasons why black people was hung and lynched.
Oh my God.
And beaten, and you'll get to see. I'm talking about the reasons.
Man.
There was reasons because a kid like Emmett Till was supposed to be whistling at a white girl. You had situations of black kids in response to a police officer as sir.
Mm-hmm.
Or you had white women saying that the kid looked at them funny or whatever. These people, I mean, these are situations, you getting killed, you getting lynched. So what happens now, we're gonna fast forward to today, is what they can't actually lynch and kill us now, but they can send us to prison forever with no proof.
Yeah.
So what makes your word what should make your word as powerful as mine? That's the type of things that has to stop. And then what he was stated earlier, this generation here, our kids or whatever, they gonna fight, man.
Yeah.
They gonna fight. This is one generation that I feel like we're a step close to reparations and everything. They don't play. And I'm honestly glad to say that our springs or whatever, they gonna make it happen. They gonna get us. They gonna get us right.
I need them to realize that their power is now.
Mm-hmm.
Many situations, like our generation, we were taught to be passive. We were taught because we still
turn the other cheek.
We were still coming out of the civil rights era. Civil rights happened in the 1960s, y'all. That's not that long ago. Not at all. That's not that long ago. These are people that are in their 50s now. That's what this is. It's not that long ago. So when civil rights happened, I'm one generation away from civil rights. That's how close I am. My parents told me about sitting at the counters and sit-ins and stuff like that.
Right on.
You know, and having the different water fountains. This shit ain't a long time ago. So you really have to realize that your power is now. Y'all get out there and fucking vote.
Yes.
Please vote. I know you're frustrated. I know you said the government ain't do shit for me at all. They didn't forgive my student loans. They didn't enact the George Floyd Police Act. None of this stuff happened that they promised that they ran on.
They want you to lose interest.
Yeah.
Want you to lose
interest.
Know,
do not live in the past. It was the shit that they couldn't get done. Whoop-de-doo. It happens. This ain't the first promise that was fucking broke to you.
Yeah.
Your daddy said he was coming back from getting them cigarettes. He never come back. You forgave him. So shit. Do the same thing.
You've been looking for
that motherfucker too. It's like, God damn, that motherfucker.
Every car pass.
I think that's him.
Every car passed by, I thought that was him.
You got to forgive him.
I did.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an exchange. Your vote is an exchange.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I want to add to what he's saying, you gotta. What we have to know is those little small seats that make the world go around. Every single one of them is open right now.
Yeah.
Forget about who win the presidential seat.
Please.
Less. They trying to take us. They trying to give us the diversion, like Hannibal from the 18, trying to give us a diversion. Look over there, but look, this is what's really happening. Every seat is up for election. That's what we need to be focused on. That's what runs the world.
Yeah.
That's what runs the world. So if we pass the word on what we need to be focused on, I think we'll be a better place.
Yeah.
We'll be in a better place.
Just need y'all to realize how important it is. It's so easy. Early voting going on now for a lot of states. We're here in Florida. Vast majority of ours is March 19th. This might be out after that.
And we ain't messed up in a long time, y'all. Y'all can't blame us. Blame your damn self. Remember that? I mean, when we fuck up a little bit, it ain't like major. Remember we messed up bad one time.
Yeah, with the hanging chads and all that stuff back with Gore. We apologize, Gore. You should have been president.
Yeah.
But even with that, we are the state still. That's the
dependent. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And Trump don't really. I mean, he don't fault us on a lot of shit. Trump don't really stay here. He got, you know what I'm saying? He just,
that bitch was here today because he fucked up all the traffic. He messed up the traffic for the whole entire
got us in a
day.
whole another damn tax bracket.
That's my whole thing. I'm like, this bitch got a fucking plane but don't have a helicopter.
I like to get him on the helicopter.
He need to get on the helicopter and stop fucking up the traffic. So, well, we know he ain't got no money right now, but still.
Allegedly.
All y'all RNC motherfuckers that donate all this money to him, y'all go ahead and start a helicopter fund so he can please stop fucking up the traffic.
See that
every time he got to go to court.
A former military man such as myself, I was the reason why Trump is not in a helicopter because he's in an isolated situation and he would be swamp meat. So that's why he did a helicopter. I used to be a CIA.
He is not former military or CIA.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Yeah. I was on all that Green Beret, fucking CSI. I watch all those shows, man. I done put in enough work that I know why he don't get on a fucking helicopter. His ass would be sitting up.
So you much as a cop as Ice-T?
Yeah, we got to get those fools. Ice-T. He have the major one line. Hey, they're never getting out of jail.
No. The best Ice-T cop line was, I want to key so bad, my dick is hard.
Man, he get paid for them one-liners, boy.
Yeah. New Jack City, one of my favorite movies ever.
He keep him some one-liners.
Oh yeah, he
so much tenacity, so much urge, so much flame in those one-liners. You just can't resist it.
Shout out to Ice-T. He was on
money, man.
He was on The View today, so I did watch him. So it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
Surprisingly, huh?
Hey man, but listen, man. So whatever you took out of this segment today, just please take something out of it.
Yes.
And hey, whether you're a mover or a shaker, a giver or a taker, figure out which one are you. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it is each one of those has room for growth. So it's okay to be one of them. I admit I was one of all of them, and I'm a mover right now, and it comes from a lot of different tests from the high up above. It comes from a lot of work that you put in, the work that you don't put in. A lot of people wants to be rewarded for work that they don't put in
at all.
It don't work like that
at all.
So what I'm trying to say is, we all about enriching one another. Each one teach one. Help your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? If you can help somebody be a better person, the world will be a better. Because our kids, they're doing their part. It ain't over yet. Got to help them out.
That part. We real fast to say, well, they 18, so they gotta get out my house.
No, sir.
Don't do your baby like that. Make sure you put them on a good starting point. You can't have them just leave and just fend for themselves without the tools. Because somebody did you like that, it ain't right for you to do your kid like that. Please don't be like that. That's not fair. Especially in the Black community, we the only ones that still do that bullshit. We watch all these other communities come in and they bring their families here for better opportunities. And we here and we kick our kids out. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't. As long as your kid
I'm not a big advocate of it because the world is not set up. No. I'm gonna tell you what the world is set up for. The world is set up for a 2-home income.
Yes.
The world is set up for not only 2-home income, you may have to have 2-home income and 2 jobs.
Yes.
In the income. So with those things that I just said, did not say anything about a kid out there not having any direction. It's gonna eat them alive. It's set up to eat them alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you can't. A lot of people think maybe if they get in their experiences, blah blah blah, they're gonna learn. Let me tell you something. Some stuff you can't even bounce back from. It was over before it started. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I wish I was able to teach my kids, and I know a lot of it about it now, is financial wealth. You know what I mean? Because the more money you can make residually, money while you sleep, when you're not employing that's why it's called employing your time. It's kind of like deploy. When I went so many deployments in the Army, whatever, I had like 7 deploys.
Yeah, please
deployment or whatever. But back to you don't donate your employment time because you're not somewhere inventing something, being super great. It's all the plan. That was the plan, to keep you stagnant, for you're not inventive. If you look at all the inventions of this lovely world that we're in, look who invented them.
Vast majority of Black people. It ain't just during Black History Month. We are 365. We're not a monolith. Do a little bit of research and check your Googles. Because of course they banning books and
history too.
Let's make sure that we still remain relevant, because it's a war on Black people. It's unfortunate, and it's not fair. So, and of course I want to do a nice shout out to Varsky.
The end of Hits, Cuts, and Bruises.
Absolute end of Hits, Cuts, and Bruises. So he's the one that makes us look good. He takes care of the edits for us. He's located a little north of us.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse Town.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse Town, So I definitely appreciate all he does
Fast
for us.
Train gonna be out there too.
No, it's not. It's there.
They moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go from West Palm, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Aventura, all the way to Orlando. Well,
I mean, you can't sorry. We don't supposed to say killed. Did somebody get unalived by the fast train yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hope
sure
not, because in Palm Beach County they got bodies.
All I know is I saw a train just sitting.
Dragging?
No, it was sitting.
Okay.
So that meant something happened.
Yeah.
So
that train fast as heck.
You can't beat the train.
You cannot.
You cannot. You can't.
That's not a regular one. You know what I mean? Even if you're impaired, I don't care if it's a caboose train. Put a fast train face on it. Don't try to beat him. You won't. He undefeated.
But I'll make sure to link to his page so you can purchase one of these shirts. It's beautiful. So evolutionary growth obstructor So that's what ego means in this context. So y'all make sure y'all support my boy
Lavarsky.
Barsky.
Yes.
So, and with that, go and check out one of our other episodes. Make sure you like, subscribe, and of course, get some of this merch right here as well.
Yes.
That's of course at tenantry.com/HCB.
His
We'll
cousin
appreciate
Bruises.
it. That's what helps us continue to bring this content to you. And I promise y'all, we get a lot of requests to be on the show.
Yeah.
You can send those requests. Y'all can DM us, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Send us a DM, but don't do it to the point where you're being kind of condescending with it. Just, this business. Yeah. This is our business, and we take it very seriously. So we may look like we're having fun, but we work hard doing this, and we like to support. We love everybody that supports us, but just respect that. Respect our hustle. So that's all we ask.
And like and share and subscribe to us. Hit all the buttons.
All of them.
We appreciate that. Hits, cuts, bruises, bars.